What's up, everyone? We're back at you. Another episode of the Tough Runs Don't Last podcast. I'm your host, Grandpa, on this screen. That's Michelle Zangulis on the other. Say, hey, nice day, Michelle.
Hey, nice day, Michelle.
I should come up with better stuff before that. I just have to come up with it on the fly sometimes, or all the time. Anyway, this is the Tough Runs Don't Last podcast. As mentioned, before we get started, we'll give a quick shout out to our sponsor. The Tough Runs Don't Last podcast is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the one of a kind Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience, track it with your fitness app of choice, screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit that screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your award will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section while you're there for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series, and you can find us, the Tough Runs Don't Last podcast, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at TR Don't Last. I like your dance moves and or sign language as I reel all that stuff off.
I just thought I wanted to be involved.
I mean, you can feel free to chime in anytime. Would you like to do the sponsor intro next week?
I think you've got it down, so I think
I'd kind of like for you to do it one time though, just to see how it goes.
I think you're good to go to continue.
Okay. Had a little bit of practice. Anyway, yeah, I've been busy since we last had an episode. Michelle has been too. I've been busy, especially in the running world. Yesterday, I had the River Trail 15K. I had a PR. I had multiple people congratulating me on the PR. The thing about that is, that's the second 15K I've ever run, the first of which was last year. So it's, yeah, I was 6 minutes faster this year than last year. But yeah, it's number 2, like PR. So I couldn't get like too excited about it. I wasn't like, oh yeah, PR, but I was like, wow, 6 minute difference from a year ago. That's pretty good. I did stop to pee last year. So there was that. That shaved a good 90 seconds to 2 minutes off of my time last year. But I was thinking going into this, I'll probably come in between like the 115 and 119 range. So to come in at 113.23, I believe. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Um, I did notice afterward. Okay, they do age group because it's a state championship race. They do age group awards 5 deep. I finished 6th in my age group, but it's cool. I wasn't irked by that or anything. And they also have you get like a sub 70 medal. I noticed our club president wearing that at the award ceremony. I saw some pictures she had with it. I was like, well, sub 70. And of course, I just pieced together. I assume that means sub 70 minutes in the 15K. So mine was 73. Yeah, 73 and change. I'm okay with that though, because I ran about as hard as I could, especially early. So it wasn't like I would have really had to keep a certain pace for 9.5 miles to come in under that. And I might have thrown up after that. So I don't know that a sub 70 medal is worth that. I'd say maybe one day, but I don't know. I don't see a lot of 15Ks in my future. That was number 2, and it may end at 2. We will see. But I'll stop predicting the future as far as what I'm going to do race wise for
Probably,
now.
probably a good idea because you like to say one thing and do another.
Not all the time.
A
I
lot
can
of
change my
times.
mind,
A lot of
but
times.
yeah, but I at least say like, yeah, change my mind.
That is true. That is true.
But we also had the Grand Prix awards ceremony yesterday. I left with 2 plaques. Our team left with second place, men's and women's group, or teams. And yeah, it was a good day. Got to eat some free pizza from Damn Good Pies, and got a 7 brew on the way to the venue. as you were rocking. Um, that, so wait, that was the same Seven Brew that you went to that was like real quiet and laid back and all that.
Yep. Obviously, that Seven Brew just has different employees that like different things.
Okay, well, I mean, it was hopping when I was there, though. Like it was the same as like Cabot, just a Little Rock vibe instead of a Cabot vibe. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Different vibes.
Yeah, if you know, you know. But I'm saying it was just as energetic. It was just different. But I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. But yeah, it got me some Seven Brew. Went to the venue. It was a it was a good what? When did I leave? Good like 2.5 hour ceremony.
Yeah, like a little after 1:30, I would say.
A lot of people, a lot of runners, a lot of teams there. A lot of awards to hand out, but it was cool to leave with two of them and contribute to the men's team getting second place. So I was happy with that. It made me reflect on, what a good year as far as running goes that I had in 2024. So it was fun to, well, do that and just see everyone kind of together and, celebrating what we did, not just going out there and just working our butts off. Although that's even fun too, to an extent, but this was different and I enjoyed it. Uh, and I hung up both plaques. I would show both plaques on the show today. I was planning to, but I got motivated when I got home. I said, and I've known exactly where I wanted to put them. I knew I wanted to. It's on our Twitter page right now. For those of you wondering, if you care about the setup, but yeah, I've had it in my mind where I want them for the last several months. I was like, because I knew I was going to get two, so I was like, I want to stack them on top of one another next to the Chicago Marathon thing that I have. And the Iron Runner Award was much bigger than I anticipated. And I was like, I got to put it under the age group one because two big ones like that next to each other is not going to look right with it. Just wouldn't have looked right. I tried that and no, no, we're going to go the other way, flip it. And I thought it looked pretty good.
It did look nice. We'll try to get it up on our Instagram as well.
We will.
Yeah.
I forget we have an Instagram sometimes. Good
Same.
job, Michelle. Clearly. But yeah, it is up on our X page, excuse me, for those of you wondering. All right, so yeah, Grand Prix stuff yesterday, River Trail 15K, just one race for me this weekend. I had two races last weekend. I paced the time travel half marathon in North Little Rock. I was the 2:30 pace group. Not really what I prefer to pace, but it was cold and which I would have preferred the 2:10 group really for it being cold. But I was fine with the 2:30 group. It was going to be a very laid back run, and that it was. Problem with that, I don't know, you kind of get lazy, you feel like, when you're going much slower than what you're capable of. Now, for 2:30 for some people, might be going hard, and that's fine. It's just it's slower for me, and I didn't have a problem staying interested because I did have enough people running with me throughout that I was able to stay engaged. And plus, you're along the river trail, and there is some nice scenery. It was very cold, very night and day. It's what we have today. Which what are the temps right now? Is it
It
70
is.
degrees?
It is 68 degrees.
Okay. I mean, it's a very nice day here in Central Arkansas. Sun's out, beautiful day. It was very cold last Saturday is when this was January 25th or yeah, January 25th, I believe. Either way, last Saturday, very cold, and plus you're along the river, so you get that cold breeze coming off the water, so it's even colder. But I had a good time. It was pretty good turnout, and yeah, got that done. And I'm glad I did and another didn't mention this till now, but the another reason I wanted to, or was fine with doing the 2:30 pace group. I had the first Grand Prix race of the season the following day, that Sunday in Russellville, the 1 hour track run, state championship event. I ran with the elite runners, this year as opposed to last year, where I was having to bob and weave my way around the track for an hour, which was not fun. I got to run with the elites, and my goal I wanted to hit 30 laps. I had two goals going in. Let's hit 30 laps, and um, you know, hold your own against these badasses, basically. Just show that you belong in that group. And I did that. And I wasn't the slowest guy or person. I was faster than probably 4 or 5 people out of that group that I was faster than. Like even like lapped them a few times, 2 or 3 times. So I was not the slowest. There were a couple that probably didn't belong out there with us. I will say that. But yeah, I was not the slowest out there. And I just wanted to hold my own, hit 30 laps. I did. I got 31 laps and change. According to Strava, it was just under 8 miles. So it was like a 7:34 pace, I believe is exactly what it was. And it rained for the first 30 minutes. It was cool, but it was cold, but it wasn't just freezing cold like it was the day prior. It was much more tolerable. But it did rain the first half of the race, and which wasn't fun leading up to that. You're like, oh, we're about to do this, but when you get out there and you're running in it, it was kind of fun. Um, but it did stop halfway through, and and it was wet or temperature was not an issue until I stopped. Like when they shoot the gun, like the track gun, which all runners have to stop dead in their tracks where they are so they can come out and measure where you are. For those of you wondering how that works. As soon as and you have to wait there a little bit. Now we could take our timing tags that we had on our shoes off and just sit them there and go leave wherever we wanted. I'm a little paranoid about that, so I wanted to kind of stick with them. But I also wanted to be on this certain side of the track. I learned this from the year prior. They start on I guess the home side of the bleachers, and then start around the track and measure each person where they were. At least when the gun fired for the hour to be over, I wanted to be on that side of the track because I was on the far other side of the track last year, and it felt like 30 minutes before they came and got my measurement. So I was just sitting there for like 30 minutes. And you can sit down, just chill, but still, like I want you to get my measurement, and I want to get on with my day pretty much. Plus, because I had a lot to do that night, and it ended up being a pretty busy night for me school wise. But yeah, they came around and did that. And what I was saying was, as soon as we stopped, like I started to get cold. Like that's when the temperature set in. And they came and got my measurement, and then I went, and then the guy said, "All right, go get you some chili." I was like, "Okay." And they had some homemade chili, and I made a bowl. I ate it, and went number one, and then hit the road. Nobody got their cars broken into this year, by the way.
That's good. That was something that I know I was concerned about, even though I wasn't even going.
Well, two things. They did have the Russellville police there monitoring. So I figured they would, and they did. Um, and they'll probably have it this coming Saturday, the Valentine's Day 5K. Russellville has two races in the Grand Prix series, the 1 hour track run and the Valentine's Day 5K. So they have number 1 and 3 races of the Grand Prix series, and then that's it. I mean, that's it for them for the year. So that's the River Valley runners representing their races. But yeah, it was because as I was going to my car, the cops were leaving, and I could hear everybody saying, "Thank you, Russellville PD," and I was like, "Yes, thank you very much." Also, I got there about an hour early, and I made it a point to get as close to the track as I could, like within sight, because I had that in mind. And a lot of other people did the same. Like you saw a lot of people coming early, I guess because they wanted to get good parking or just be there. It's an afternoon race. So I got to sleep in, I got to get up, I got to eat breakfast, have coffee, do all that. And I got to kind of take my time for leaving because my race wasn't until 3:15 p.m. Problem with that was by the time I got home, because it's an hour and a half drive for me, just one way. And by the time I got home, like I stopped in Conway, which is the halfway point, got something to eat, came home, had to pick up a few supplies at Walmart, went and got a Sonic drink. No, that's on me. But I didn't sit down and start doing like my homework until like 8 o'clock. And I was like, okay, I got 4 hours to knock this out. And I had completed like half of it. I did not realize it was as much homework as it was. I thought it would be closer to what I had the week prior. No, it was not, and that's my fault. But I got it done. I had to get everything submitted by 11:59 p.m. My last two assignments were submitted at I think 11:37 and 11:44, something along those. I think that's exactly what it was. So I got it done, but it was a very stressful 4 hours, especially the last hour and a half. It was it was quite the time crunch. I had to meet deadline. I had to channel my old inner journalist and get things knocked out by deadline, and I did that. But man, it was stressful. Just studying today though, and don't have to get these tests done until February 10th. So I've got a little time, but I really gotta hit the books hard today when we get done with this. What's new in your world, Michelle? I've just been rambling for however long it's been.
Not a lot, not anything new. Um,
I say not a lot is not true, I don't think. But
yeah, just nothing new. I will also be studying today. I'm meeting one of my friends. We have a quiz on Tuesday, and the quiz is worth 20% of our grade. So we gotta study for that and be prepared. And I have no idea what's happening. This is a subject that I'm just very confused in. People keep telling me, and I'm like, I understand the words that you're saying. It's just not clicking in my brain, like how to do it. So we're gonna do some studying today, and then I've got class every day. So just a lot of the same for me. Um, since it's been nice out, I've been pre-planning my garden though, which is very exciting.
okay, show us what you sent me. You
Um,
have it on you.
I do. Well, I mean, I have the picture I can try to show. Um, so I have gotten a couple of things. Yesterday, I got peonies that I'm going to plant, and I'm very excited about those. And then, oh, we gotta hang on. We can do it. Oh,
Not with the blur thing you have in the background.
no, hang
Is
on.
it that? Is there a dead body back there or what?
There is. So I got these blue hostas, which I'm super excited about. So those I can't plant any of this stuff though until March, but I'm getting excited and getting my ideas of where they're gonna go, and I'm super excited. So that's
That
something new.
was that was my question. Where is it going? Front, back? Like give like without revealing your, GPS coordinates, where are they gonna be?
This stuff will be in my front flower garden. So I have a nice garden on either side of my front door. And right now there are a couple of plants in there, but there's not any like I have some lilies that bloom, but there's no flowers or color. It's all green. So I got the peonies to kind of bring in some color, and then these hostas that will also bring in some color. So I'm
What's a
excited.
peonies? I thought that was a breed of dog.
A peony is a flower. It's like a poofy looking flower. And I got white ones, and then I got pink ones.
Wait, is that the big like bush thing?
That's a hydrangea,
That's it.
which I also have one of those, but I planted it last year, and so it just has to grow. I'm
Hang
not
on. What'd you call it?
a hydrangea.
I thought it was a hydrangea. You could be right. That's just what I've heard my whole life. because my great grandma had those.
I mean, it could be. It is Gia, but I always just call it a hydrangea. But
Yeah, I don't know. This is my grandma Jewel. Hydrangea is what she called them, I think. She had some. Those are very pretty.
Google says hydrangea.
I mean, you could be right. I don't know. That's just what I've heard. All right. Well, Michelle's going to plant some flowers. I've had two successful planting of flowers, and really only one and a half. I got my mom some calla lilies for Mother's Day, probably 10 years ago or so, maybe longer. Um, it's probably about 10 years ago. And I got two of them. I got these purple and white ones that were just gorgeous, and these red and yellow ones. And I was going to plant them on like one in the front yard and one in the back. Like here's the privacy fence, and here's one, and here's the other. And I like went to the people like that were in the gardening section of Walmart. I was like, I need this to work. Like I need this to flourish. What do I need? And they gave me like Miracle Grow and all that stuff. And I did everything to a T. And the ones in the front, purple and white ones, just flourished like crazy. I mean, just like grew thicker and just more every year. The red and white ones, just it would progressively get less and less. And they were still growing before she moved out. The red and white ones, just not like, they should have. But the purple, she actually dug up the purple and white ones. I know of those. She actually dug those up and took them with her to her new place, which is 3.5 hours away, northwest. So she brought because I told her I was like, don't do all that. Just leave, just get more and plant them. Like yeah, just do that. I'll get you some more and plant them. It just seemed like a lot of work. But she was like, she's my mom, and she was like, no, I'm gonna do it, and she did. She took them up there and replanted them, and as far as I know, they're flourishing. I don't know, I haven't been up there in a little while. What, you're researching something?
I just wanted to look up what a purple and white calla lily looked like. I've never seen that color, so I just wanted to see what they looked like.
Well, if you've seen my Instagram at all, they're on my Instagram. Now you got to scroll a ways, but they are on there. Even the red and white ones, I think. But yeah, that's what they look like. I'll show you a picture or something. Maybe I'll do it here on the show.
I almost bought calla lilies, but those hostas called my name instead. So I went with
they
that.
they are very nice. Yeah, they are very nice, the hostas. I didn't know what they were or anything like that. I didn't have the reaction you wanted me to when you showed me. That's just because my face is that way, and that's just how I react to things. I'm not a very oh my god person. Um, that's the best I can describe
Yeah.
it.
No. The hostas too are like a plant, and I want things that will come back every year, so I don't want to like plant something and once and then never come back. So
Well, yeah,
I look for things that come back, and then I look for things. My front yard does not get full sun. It gets partial sun. So I also have to find things that can handle partial sun. Otherwise, anything will die. So I have to be very, very particular about what I put out there.
I get it. Makes sense.
Yeah. So
Found I found one. I didn't like it as much though. Maybe that is the only picture I have. All right, I'm scrolling through the Instagram right now. Um, you are wearing your sprinkling shirt, Michelle,
I
and
am.
you aren't you officially signed up for that? And then you sign up for another mile race?
I did sign up for another race, so I've now signed up for 3. I think we're done though. Oh yeah, those are very pretty. Yeah.
And there's the red and yellow.
Those are pretty. Um, I am now signed up for 3 races.
You might as well just sign up for the Grand Prix at this point, get points, and join the cruisers.
Well, one, I don't live there, so that is not the running club that I would even be a part of.
Hey,
Um,
one of our fastest people lives in Batesville.
I mean, that's great, but I do not live in that county even. So
That was good. If you were to join a run club, would you join the Saline County one?
I would not. I would join the fart club.
Okay.
I don't even remember what it stood for,
I don't either.
but it made me laugh.
For all runners, something along those lines. For all running,
I'll look it
I
up.
don't know, but the acronym is FART, and
The
that was by
acronym
design, I
SMART.
think. By the way, they took a group photo before the River Trail 15K.
The fart club?
Yes.
I do
Now,
want to join this.
now one of the founders, like a lot of them are in the Little Rock Club. Like some of those, like one guy, I think he's in two or three different clubs.
It is
That
the
I
Fun Arkansas Run Team.
like they went out of their way to make it fart. Yeah, that
Did,
actor.
and I'm here for it.
Yeah,
Uh,
by the way, I'm not knocking it. I think it's awesome.
so I do believe that if I were to join one, this would be it. Oh my gosh. Their weekly run is called the Let It Rip run.
Nice.
This is wonderful.
That is fun. That's
And Geneva Lamb is a fart.
okay. For those wondering, Geneva Lamb runs the Little Rock Marathon. I don't know what her official title is, but she's basically the head of the Little Rock Marathon, whatever that official title is.
Yeah, I don't know
Uh,
what the official title is.
yes, like I want to say I know or did know, but just asking me off the top of my head, I don't know. I just know she's the one sending out the emails for the Little Rock Marathon stuff, and you see her at all the Little Rock Marathon events, the Saturday and Sunday events, the other races they put on, Creep and Crawl, Ugly Sweater Run, 5K, etc. Which, by the way, Friday night, I believe it was, I sent out my uh, info and picture for the the pacers that they're going to be. I don't know, promoting is the word, but just posting about like the get to know pacers post that you will see. Um, they wanted to start on those after February 1st, and that's a quote. So technically, you could be seeing Graham Powell anytime pop up on the Little Rock Marathon or
Yeah,
Facebook page. So that should be fun. I
that's
sent
a
them
month
basically
away.
my what
That's a month away. Today, a month away.
it is, Little Rock Marathon. I mean, I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it. Um, yeah, we are. That's kind of crazy to say though. It's a month away.
Yeah.
Um, because yeah, Spring Fling is nearly 2 months away. But yeah, Little Rock Marathon just around the corner. That's going to be a lot of fun. If you're interested in doing a marathon, half marathon, or even just a 5K and 10K, like a big one, just something to maybe get inspired. The Little Rock ones are ones to do. It's like a big party Saturday and Sunday.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. And walkers are encouraged. So
yes,
would need to sign up for like early start for the marathon to be a walker, unless you can walk 26.2 miles in 6 hours. But
but
uh,
you can't.
most people could not do that. But walkers, I walked the half marathon last year. I've walked the 5K and I have like intervaled the 10K. So I've done every race except the full marathon at this point.
I've done the full marathon 6 times. Yeah, six, and that'll be number seven. I'll have which I've got those behind me. I've got three of them behind me, by the way, here in this little plastic bin that I broke the lid on, or when my chair broke that day, and I went collapsing back, and that's the only thing that broke of all the stuff in here, just the lid. And even then, it's still like together. But when I move, I might get another one, like whenever that is. I might get another one. But for now, that's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little Rock, that's weird that you said that. I was like, it's a month away. Wow. Okay. I did have one of our cruisers yesterday say, "Hey, you're doing Little Rock, right?" As we were doing our team photo. I said, "Yeah," and she said, "Well, she thought that I was running with them because she saw my name on the like the Excel, like the spreadsheet just next to it." But it was basically like, yeah, Graham can go wherever he wants or is needed, and there are already people dropping out. So as of now, I'll be with the 5:30 pace group, but that is subject to change. So if you're looking for me when in the 5:30 group on Little Rock, just wait till I make and even then it could change because we do a show every couple of weeks now. Um, but I will be there one way or another. Uh, as of right now, it's with the 5:30 pace group. 5 hours and 30 minutes. That is
Yes.
not 5.5 minutes.
That would that's special.
Yeah, that's not me. Going back to the 1 hour track run, by the way, the guy that won the overall um, male, like he was the overall winner in the male division for the Grand Prix last year. Um, a younger guy, looks like college age, but he was obviously with the elites at the 1 hour track run. He passed me. I think he lapped me seriously 7 or 8 times. Not joking. And I was going a 7:34 pace. And I mean, dude was flying. I mean, was just booking it. And that's a weird kind, like it was eh, I don't know, it puts you in an interesting spot for somebody in my position. I'd much rather be in that position than bobbing and weaving the whole time because you want to be respectful to the other runners. So when you know that they're coming and then they're going to pass you, you kind of, especially if you're on a straightaway, I try to get in the second lane. Um, but you don't like you want to be courteous, but you don't want to screw yourself over either. You know, you don't want to slow yourself down, like getting in a far lane on a curve, especially. So I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I think I did it one time, and because a couple of people I knew they were coming, I moved over a little bit, and then I could see the person I was kind of sticking with, like just distance themselves a little more on that, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing that again. On a straightaway, I would if I knew they were like coming and approaching. I would try to veer over a little bit, but not just steadily do it. Um, I did hear one girl kind of because she was coming up, but like she wasn't approaching me fast enough to where she would pass me on the curve. And so I veered back into that first lane, and I heard her scoff, like make a noise when I did that. That like she was annoyed that I did that, and I was thinking, I mean, I understand the frustration, but I'm not gonna like screw myself over. Like you should have just been quicker. I guess I don't know. It's a race on the track. Like you're just gonna have to deal. And we're going hard. We're hurting. I get it. I get the frustration, but I wouldn't have done anything differently in that scenario.
Yeah. I mean, I think of like back to like high school track days
Yeah,
where you had to do that. And I don't know if you did indoor track, but
I did
indoor
not.
track, the track is obviously much smaller and they still put just as many people on that track and you are basically elbowing people because you've got to get into your spot. And so at least in these races it's not that competitive most of the time, but if you can't get upset when people are going to like move in front of you or anything like that because it's just part of it, part of running on a track and sharing.
Yeah, I didn't hold it against her or anything because I see her at all these. But I thought it was kind of funny because but like I mean, what do you want me to do? You know, like I mean, well, she wanted me to get out of the way, right? But I wasn't gonna screw myself over in the process. When I could, I would veer over to let especially that fast guy.
Oh,
Now he whipped around me a lot of times, because he did that the whole race. He was just whipping around everyone. But it was fast and smooth. I mean, he'd veer, I mean, just be right by you. And sometimes he was so fast, I wouldn't hear him coming. And I mean, by the time I realized it, he was gone. Like he was already in front of me. I mean, it did everything the right way. I'm saying that's my overall point is it's just tricky in that spot. So I'm not it's fun because it's a different kind of race. I like that it's different, but that is the challenging part of it when you're running with very fast people. It's okay, when do I be, you know, I'm trying to think of the word, runner etiquette or phrase. When do I use that and just get out of the way and let them pass and just and stay in my lane. I think I handled it the right way. Because like I said, the one time I veered over to that second lane on the curve, I was like, I'm not going to do that again if I don't have to. Like I'm just screwing myself over at that point. But it was a fun race though. But yeah, that's the only race of its kind for the Grand Prix. So don't have to worry about that again. Next is the Valentine's Day 5K. So just a 5K race back in Russellville. Uh, it's an out and back. Uh, I can't remember. I think we start and finish at an elementary school or something along those lines. But it's basically an out and back course, very basic, flats, and pretty fast. So I'm looking forward to that. This is the busiest it will be as far as the Grand Prix season. It's the very start is when it's the busiest. You've got a race every week for the first 4 weeks. The first 4 weeks when the season starts, you got a race every weekend. So I've got the Valentine's Day 5K next Saturday. I've got Run the Line the next Sunday. And I love the Run the Line one. It's always a good time. It's very well done in Texarkana. You get to run on both sides, the Texas and Arkansas side. You start on the Texas side and finish on the Texas side, but you do run a decent portion of it on the Arkansas side. But it's well done. I always look forward to that. But yeah, next step for me is a 5K, and I will definitely have a training run in Wednesday. Try to get another one in next week, maybe Thursday. We'll see what happens. But that's pretty much it. That's been my life right now, studying and work and running, and kind of in that order. It's at least on the priorities go.
yeah.
But I've been giving them all on race day, and that's really what I'm at. That's what I'm saying. I know that I'm not going to be able to train like I did last year. I know that, but I'm just give your all on race day. Like whatever you have, don't disrespect the Grand Prix. Give everything you got on race day, and that's my goal for the year.
That's what
All
I
right,
always do.
that's all you can. That's all you really can do.
I don't do training runs.
But you do races. You're signed up for 3.
I know. Well, and then I just learned the Fun Arkansas Run Team is participating in the Grand Prix. So if I join the club, I could go ahead and join the Grand Prix to at least get the 3 races,
You should.
more points for
You really
those.
should.
So we'll see. And
I mean, if you're just doing 3, I wouldn't, because you have to do. I believe you have to do 5 championship and 5 non-championship races to qualify even for an award.
oh, I don't want an award.
I do. That's why I'm doing it.
Well, I'm in a very competitive age group. I would not get an award.
Not with that attitude.
We both know I would not.
They are 5 deep. You never know. Um, Probably not. But it's yeah, I mean, you never know. But it would be cool for you to have like a fart shirt. So it might be worth it just for that. Or at least joining the club, that is.
I'm gonna see. I've got the stuff pulled up, so when this gets done, I'll look into it a little bit
So
more.
you're like seriously considering it.
I love the name of it.
Yes. Well, who doesn't? I mean, it's great, and it would be more so like up your alley as far as um, what you'd have in common, I guess, with the other people as far as running abilities go currently.
Yeah, because I mean, y'all's run club, they're very fast. Y'all are a fast group. And you,
Not all of us.
a lot of you.
A lot of us,
And
yeah.
I did run with some at the Lone Oak, the pumpkin run. Like I stayed with like a group of like Cabot cruisers. Um, because we just were on the same intervals, so we stayed together. Um, but um, y'all do like a picture beforehand, and the fart team says that they are gonna do a dance party before every race. And it's all about fun and putting the fun back in running. So I'm
So
gonna
you're
look
going to
into it more.
participate in the dance party,
I probably would.
which I'm notorious for missing the team photos, by the way.
You are.
Yeah, missed it again. Okay, like I got there pretty early. I went to go pee and then got to my car and had a little time to kill. One good thing about that race, River Trail 15K, I was pretty close to the start. So I just get in my car and 15 minutes till the start. And I'm like, I guess I'll look at Facebook. I have a few notifications. I see top notification, team photo at 8:15. I was like, it's 8:15. I go out and I look, and they're there. And before I could get out of my car, and I did like jog that way, and they had already disassembled. So I was like, okay, well, I won't do that again. Well, I will try, but we know how that goes. I did make the team photo at the awards banquet, though. So
I would have been so like, how? I would have questioned everything if you had missed the team photo at the awards.
I kind of had to, I thought I might have to go to the bathroom at some point, like when they were even doing the awards. I was like, I need to just, I need, I was thinking, I was like, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom as soon as like they call my name or something. I was thinking that. Fortunately, it didn't happen, but that would be, I would, you'd be like, okay, now you're just trying to miss them at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did make them. I did say that they could like do a bad Photoshop job of putting me in there, which I want it to be a bad job. I want it to be an obvious Photoshop in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like like that's the way I would prefer it to be rather than do a professional job with it. No, do a
Well,
clear cut and crop or whatever the terms are, and then just like you've taped my picture on there, basically, next to everybody. That's the way I'd want it to be. All right, Michelle is utilizing your cough button. That was a good cough.
thanks.
All right, you're not getting sick. Oh, here it goes again.
I was drinking the water and it went down the wrong pipe.
Still doing that, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. So, as far as so your next race is spring fling, correct?
Yes.
All right, cool. I was actually looking because I was trying to map things out as far as how I'm going to because I'm not doing every Grand Prix race, but I want to do as many as I can to just get enough points for our team, etc., and for myself. Um, I probably won't do any that would require like overnight traveling. Now, a lot of our people will go to Fort Smith the morning of. I would prefer not to do that. But I did because I was thinking, I was like, I think I'm only going to have to go like stay the night beforehand for the Texarkana one, run the line. And then I saw that, oh, I'm pacing Fort Smith at March 30th. So I will probably go get a room. I am pacing a Fayetteville. Yeah, I'm pacing a Fayetteville race the day prior to that. And then I'm pacing the Fort Smith race the next day. So that's Sunday. Um, so that's one of my weekends of double pacing gigs, which be a good be a good workout and experience and a good way to knock out 2 half marathons. But I think that those are the only two I'm going to have to go stay overnight somewhere.
You
Although
also
even then,
have that Memphis one.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. Okay, well, that's not that many though.
No.
All right, well, looking forward to it either way. No regrets, as they say in that one movie. Or no, that's a Snickers commercial. Ragrets was the movie. All right, well, I'm just rambling about nothing now, so I guess we'll get out of here unless you got anything else to add, Michelle.
I have nothing.
All right, well, I'm gonna go do a couple of things and then study, and Michelle's probably gonna do the same thing. So until then, we'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. But until then, I'm Graham Powell. That's Michelle Zingulis. See you next time.
See ya.